Summer was the problem, but now I see it's Jordan. She's the insufferable one. And I hate that because I was rooting for her to have a major attitude change this season. Jasmine is finally ready to reveal she's pregnant, but we've been figured it out already, girl, because you did a horrible job trying to be secretive. But I am excited to see the reveal. I hope they throw you a little Martha's Vineyard baby shower. And Bria, girl, you and your flip-floppy ways is draining, and I can't defend you anymore. You've lost me. You can't go from suppressing your feelings to now fake standing on business. It don't work like that. And I hate that y'all are having me defend Alex this episode. Like, man, what is going on? I cannot deal. But let's talk about it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Hey y'all, hey. So as you already read the title down below, I'm about to get into season 2, episode 4 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. But before I do, y'all already know what to do. Like this video and show your girl some love. Comment your thoughts because I know you already have them. Hit that notification bell and of course click that subscribe button and join the queen, the baby. Getting into the episode, let me just say now. Through the whole opening debacle with Noelle crying and Summer and Jordan arguing over who is the most aggressive friend, I was here for Shanice and Nick not having a care in the world, minding their business and eating their chips and dip. They were truly a mood. Literally, Nick and Shanice kept getting put on blast about certain things, mainly from Summer and Jordan. And now look how their friendship is cracking right in front of our eyes. But I told y'all in my recap of episode 1 that their friendship wasn't really going to stand a chance because I always felt like Jordan was using Summer for her friendship. Even though Summer has her flaws, we seen how good of a person and friend she was last season, and Jordan never gave true friend. Hell, we seen how she did Jasmine, and now we see how she's doing Summer. Jordan is the problem, period. She is no one's friend, and I don't care what anyone says. Summer may have her moments and step out of bounds, but Jordan rather argue and be demeaning instead of coming from a genuine, heartfelt place. But anyways, now that Summer and Jordan are in a negative place, Summer is upstairs expressing her thoughts and feelings to anyone who will listen. And why in the hell Shanice is up there farting as that girl is talking and expressing herself? I'm like, Shanice, your ass is nasty. But also, I am here for her letting loose on all the bullshit Summer is spewing because she is doing all that complaining, knowing she is going to let Jordan right back in with open arms. So after Summer let everything out to the group, some of them went downstairs to hear Jordan out. And she starts crying and bringing up how she feels exposed by Summer because she told Summer how she doesn't feel like herself with her hair situation and her clothing situation. And Shanice goes to say, she knows how Jordan feels because that's how she felt when Summer called her out about the Shanice can't dress comment. But let's be for real. What Summer did to Shanice and what Jordan and Summer has going on is not the same at all. And to be honest, Summer never said anything about what Jordan was going through. Their argument came from the way that they talked to each other, and I feel like Jordan was using her statement as a way to get people on her side, and she was wrong. And she knew she was, which is why she said what she said to make others feel bad for her. Summer never used anything against Jordan. Her only complaint was she didn't like the way that Jordan talked to her, rightfully so. Jordan is battling her own demons and she is using it against people in the house. Well, this time she using it against her so-called friend Summer. But this was kind of the same situation that happened last year when she snapped on Alex and Emir. The context may be different, but the random outburst from Jordan is the same. It seems like when Jordan is battling something internally, she gets to a point where she blows up on people who doesn't deserve it. And even if they do, I feel like the rage that she gives them is unwarranted. You can have a conversation, but what Jordan does is just demonic in a way. I just don't understand how her and Summer argument turned into her crying about her alopecia situation and using that as the armor of the argument they were having, and one had nothing to do with the other. And then Jordan goes on to tell everyone that Summer weaponized her losing her hair when she told Jasmine about it, as if Jasmine was one of her ops. Whole time, Jordan is beefing with Jasmine by herself because Jasmine did nothing to her, really, if we being honest. Granted, yes, Jasmine may have been irritating about the whole relationship topic last year, but she never did anything detrimental to Jordan for her to look at her as a fucking op. And Summer did not tell Jasmine or the others in the room about Jordan's hair situation to be spiteful. All she was doing was using the scenario as an example of how she always is there for Jordan, yet Jordan talks to her like crap. So once again, this is Jordan trying to make fire out of nothing. And it's like, girl, we are on to you. And you need therapy, because how did your mind even get to such a negative place so quickly? It's very odd. Mind y'all, while all this is going on with Summer and Jordan, Noelle is in her room crying her eyes out. And I'm just like, poor Noelle, poor baby. I feel bad for her because she really took interest in Alex, and he had to let her down because he didn't want to take it there with her. And she let that mess with her feelings, and she felt embarrassed by how the whole situation went down. But I can't lie, as I watched her shed those tears, it got to a point I was like, okay, get all those tears out tonight, because when that sun comes up tomorrow, it's a new day and it's time to start on boys like Alex. And boom, the next day comes and she has a conversation with her mom, and baby, Mama said all the right things to her. But beyond the conversation with her mom, Noelle opened up about her relationship with her dad. Well, she doesn't really have a relationship with her dad, but her opening up about it made me understand why she was so butthurt about the whole Alex situation, because I was honestly confused. But overall, I came to the conclusion that, she has daddy issues, and she's been battling that forever. And in a way, it has rolled over into her adult life and how she approaches men and how they reject her, which is sad. I know that people say it all the time that fathers not being in their kids' lives, especially their daughters, has an effect on them once they grow up. But I never understood it fully because I personally can't relate. But hearing Noelle talk about it from her point of view and explaining her situation helped me understand it a tad bit more. And all I have to say is, y'all men need to stop being bums and be parents and be in your kids' lives. That's what I have to say. But beyond that, I love that her and her mom have a healthy relationship, and that her mom told her ass to stop all that crying about some boy and forget about him. Yes, mama, tell her exactly what I've been screaming through the TV screen, okay? Like over Alex, let's be for real. But getting back to Summer and Jordan, the two of them finally have a private conversation about their back and forth situation, and Jordan basically tells Summer that she felt violated, that Summer brought up that she was consoling her when she was crying the other day. And I'm just like, girl, Jordan, I'm tired. I truly am tired. Like, I don't know if I'm just hard body or Jordan is just petty, but I don't feel like Summer bringing up the fact that she was caring for you when you were crying is a friendship violation, especially when you both were mad and drunk. Like, let's be for real. I honestly feel like Jordan knows she is bullshitting Summer because she didn't have an explanation on why she felt like Summer shouldn't have brought it up. All she could say is, I just don't think you should have said it. I'm sorry, but that wouldn't have been a good enough explanation for me if I was in Summer's shoes, especially knowing I didn't have any ill intent. But once it was all said and done, Summer apologized to Jordan because at the end of the day, it was one of those situations where, yes, Summer didn't mean any harm doing it, but if Jordan feels some way about it, she has to respect her feelings, which she did in the form of an apology. But child, Jordan didn't fully take in the apology from Summer, and she probably still has Summer on her shit list. Hell, she even said that, she was going to tread lightly with Summer moving forward. She didn't say it verbatim, but that's exactly what she meant in her confession. Now, after Summer's apology, one would assume Jordan would have had an apology to give as well, especially when Summer brought up how Jordan talks down to her sometimes, and it usually feels like it's coming from a place of anger, which is true. It just seems like Jordan is always mad, which is why I say the girl needs therapy. And if she is in therapy, she needs to try out a new therapist, because girl, the one you may have now is not working. It's not. But yeah, Jordan loves talking crazy to Summer and others in the house, but Jordan doesn't see that as a problem about herself, or she always has an excuse on why she does it, or say what she says, or act the way she acts. Never taking accountability, which in turn has her feeling like she doesn't need to apologize to Summer with the, I don't care stale face she always put on. And it pissed me off that Summer did not call her out about that and decided to be all happy, jolly with her again. But let's be clear, I feel like the only reason that they both are cool now is because Summer apologized and Jordan didn't. Their friendship is so flawed. I could never. But anyways, moving on to Bria. She is wearing me out. I swear to God, Bria, you are wearing me out, girl. So at this point, we all know that Bria feels some type of way about Mariah coming back. But instead of her standing on business and saying she doesn't want her to come, she's just complaining about it over and over and over again and letting all of it linger around and build up. And she eventually explodes later in the episode at Jasmine about it. But, I'll get into that a little later when I get to that scene. But moving on from that, we see Bria again talking hella crazy to Simon. And poor Simon, he tries to match Bria energy, but she is truly a lot. But hell, he clearly loves everything she puts out because he's still sticking beside her. He's still sticking beside her at every turn she make. He right there. Let me just say this little spiel about Bria and Milo because I have to get this off my chest with these two. As much as we love Milo on the show, I think it's time for Bria to create some boundaries with Milo in the areas he enters or she brings him in within the house. Like, why is Milo walking around the kitchen, sitting in the tabletop chairs where people eat and around the food when it's dinner time? Like, girl, what? And the fact that no one says anything about that blows my mind. Like, yes, Milo is a good dog and trained well, but he is still a damn dog. And I wouldn't want all his hair near me in my food. They are always on here talking about black people this, black people that. Well, black people ain't having their damn dogs all over the place like Milo be. I just had to get that off my chest. But anyways, moving on from the complaints about Milo, it's Bria's turn to throw a gathering for the group, and she decides to throw this Coachella-esque type of party called Bria's World. And baby, one thing about Bria, she will always do her big one. I will always give credit where credit is due, and Bria always deserves all the credit. And let's be clear, no one has taught Bria yet when it comes to throwing a get-together for the group. Granted, I did like when Shanice did her little neon pool foam party. That was cute. I like that. But Bria brought out damn alpacas, llamas. I don't know what the hell they was. They was some type of animal. She brought them to her party just for them to take pictures with. And it may have been random, but I like that type of nonsense. I love that type of energy, okay? And my girl gonna clear the scene every chance she get, and I love that. Because why the hell not? Now, moving on to the Alex versus Jordan beef. Lord Jesus, talk about draining. So in this episode, Alex is making it known that he's concerned about Jordan because she's been real quiet around the group lately. And when they went out to dinner, he brought it up. And of course, she tried to skate around it by answering the question with a question. And then she eventually broke down and expressed what she was feeling deep down and where her head was at. And again, I am so confused with her because the problems that she always brings to the group are always so random. And it's like she expects everyone to know what she got going on or where her head is at. And girl, people are trying to have fun, not be joy and mind readers. And on top of that, she flipped the whole script on Alex and had the whole table turn against him after he was genuinely being concerned about her. Like, that is crazy. I get that Jordan may not like Alex, but I feel like he was trying to be nice and ask about her when no one else was paying attention to her moody ass. It's like she's been harboring things with him from last year, and I thought they moved past it, but clearly not. And it's clear as day that Jordan is the problem. From Alex, Jasmine, and Summer, it's her. She is the damn drama. Now, one thing with her sad speech she was spewing at the table that I found very odd was the fact that she said she's dealing with being single. And that threw me for a loop-de-loop because her whole stance last year was not being pressed about being in a relationship and dealing with guys. Yet here she is bringing up being single as something that's bothering her along with other things. Like, girl, pick your poison. Because when Jasmine said the same thing to you last year, all hell broke loose. Hell, you're still mad at her to this damn day, and it's a whole year later. But getting back to the problem at hand, which is Jordan flipping the script on Alex. So after she said her piece, Alex told her he appreciated her for saying what she said at the table and that he learned more about her in that one setting than he did last year. And this crazy ass girl went on to say that's not true. He didn't get to know her because he had her friend, meaning Shanice, fucked up. Like, girl, what? Where did that come from? And what does that have to do with you and Alex having a friendship? Huh? So once she did that, it caused Shanice to jump in and start crying about the situation and for everyone to gang up on Alex again about the same situation. And it's just whack because, again, I thought this whole situation was over and done with when they all jumped on him last year about it. And at the end of the day, yes, Alex was wrong for bringing up the situation on the TV show because most of us viewers probably wouldn't have known about it if he left it alone. So yes, that was lame of him. But on the other side of that, it was a topic that they should have left in the past because we all just let it go. Like, okay, you're going through something. We let it go. We bypass. We trying to get to know Shanice for who Shanice is. And it didn't need to be brought up again this season. There should have been an apology from Alex to Shanice, and that's it. On to the next. So the fact that we are here again talking about it, it's not Alex's fault. It's Jordan's fault because she tried to use that as a tactic to bring Alex down when he was trying to lift her up and put a buzz out on him. And the fact that no one called her out on it is lame as hell to me. Like, come on, people. Now, I was with her when she was upset and called Alex out about the toxic comment he made about her. That made sense. And that's where she should have stayed to plead her case when it came to, her and Alex building a friendship. But to use Shanice's story to deflect from her own was so wild to me. And it didn't really seem as genuine as she tried to make it seem. I also feel like Shanice needs to grow up because if she still felt some type of way about what happened with her and Alex last year, she should have been the one to tell Alex how she felt and laid him out, be done with it, and move on. Also, with this whole situation, I love that Nick called out Jasmine because she was the one to drag the whole situation last year when they all were trying to not talk about it. And no one called her out then. Maybe Nick did or maybe Emir did. Somebody probably did. I don't fully remember. But I'm glad it's happening now since they brought the situation up again. I'm glad they're calling Jasmine out now about it. And it's clear as day. And Jasmine cannot run from it or be overpowered about what she did last year because it did piss me off. But she took some accountability. She took it to the chin. She owned up to it. And I respect Jasmine for that. Now, speaking of and staying on Jasmine for a while, child. So Jasmine is ready to reveal that she's pregnant, but everyone already kind of suspects that. They just not trying to, drag it out or throw it in her face that, they guessed it. But to be honest, I think she needs to hold on to her little secret from them a little while longer because, baby, the way that they are out here stressing her out is just too much. And until she finds a happy medium with being involved with the group and then also creating some boundaries with them, she gotta keep it on the hush. I think she should keep it on the hush, me personally. And the reason I say this is because in and of the episode, her and Bria got into a little situation, and to be honest, Bria was dead ass wrong. Like, we get and understand that you don't want Mariah to come, but you should have said it and stood on that the moment it was brought up at the house meeting. The moment you walked away, which you did twice, by the way, Bria, when it came to this conversation. You did it twice. You walked away twice. But the moment you walked away was the moment you allowed them to make the decision for you. Even though Jasmine did buy the tickets in advance, she said she would have canceled it. So had you stood on business about how you felt then, I would have respected it. But to now feel the need to speak up about it so late into the week when people are about to start coming in, it's just a little late, babes. It's too late. I was team Jasmine with this because Bria made the situation so stressful when it didn't need to be. And beyond Jasmine being pregnant and her hormones being all over the place, the back and forth mess is tiring and it's draining, especially when it doesn't really need to happen. So in this case, I feel like, again, Bria was wrong. But that's enough of my rambling. I want to hear from you all. So like this video and show your girl some love. Sound off in the comments with your thoughts and let me know how you felt about this episode. Hit that notification bell and last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the queen, baby.